Welcome to Life Behind Go Troppo Fruit Market. I'm Joel Camiso and we're going to dive into the process of paddock to plate. Join us on our journey. Today we're going to see Matthew Bartolo from Bargo Valley Produce to see his picturesque hydroponic lettuce farm. G'day guys, Joel Camiso from Go Troppo Fruit Market here. We're down in the Bargo Valley with Matthew Bartolo from Bargo Valley Farms, and he grows all our hydroponic lettuce that comes into Canberra and that you use at your restaurants and you take home to your mums and dads. So we're here with Matty. We're going to talk a bit more about the product. How does that product get to you? First off, Matty,
Yep.
Welcome to Life Behind Go Troppo.
Thanks, Joel.
We're dealing with them since nearly day one with the old man, and Matty's taken over from his old man as well. Yep. So what was that transition like? How long have you been on the farm now?
So we've been here in Bargo for 18 years, Joel, and yeah, from 18 years till today, yeah, things have changed a lot. You know, the different trends that the customers require and stuff like that.
Have you seen a different need for different varieties of lettuce and tighter lettuces or looser leaf lettuce?
You know, some of the old traditional varieties like your minuet and the butter, they've sort of led away from them more into the green oak, the baby cos, the baby gem, a lot of baby lines and niche lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just looking for, are you finding the chefs are looking for, or everyday users are looking for a smaller leaf? Is that what the end game is?
Yeah, pretty much on the plate. That smaller leaf is a lot more sort of appealable to the customers. So yeah.
And in terms of, you said you were in Bargo for 18 years.
Yep.
Prior to that?
Prior to that, Dad was out Leppington Way, Western Sydney, and he was there. He's still there today, but
You're basically in the city nowadays.
Pretty much, yeah. But yeah, Dad started hydroponics back in 1990, and I think he was dealing with your father back then. So it's been a long relationship between us, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
That's how you know you had a quality product. Troppo's been doing it for nearly 30 years or over 30
plus years, yeah.
And that's, at the end of the day, we see that in our shelf life, we see that in the crispness of our lettuces that we receive from Matty. So that's it. We're going to take you for a bit more of a tour around the farm, have a look at different more varieties and go from there. We want our customers to know the process behind getting such a fresh lettuce. We're blessed in the fact that with you supplying us, we can get a living product into our customers and our warehouse and our facilities within nearly 24 hours of picking.
Okay, so majority of this lettuce that you're looking at here, Joel, is harvested today, on the truck tonight and in your store tomorrow morning. So that's how fresh it is. Everything is harvested to order, so nothing is sort of hanging around in cool rooms and in warehouses and stuff like that. So yeah, that's
so completely different from the chains.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Where in the chains, you know, they're sitting in cool rooms for, you know, sometimes weeks on end. Yeah. So yeah.
And the process to getting a usable size lettuce.
Yep.
What's that look like in terms of a time frame?
So time frame, winter this time of the year is taking probably around about that 7 to 8 week mark. These are probably 2 weeks off, so they still need a little bit more filling out in size. And
in terms of growing, like you've got your production up, it's all on racks?
It's all raised off the floor, so we're not worried about weeds or rabbits or any sort of diseases on the floor. The product's clean, no soil involved. So just the rootstock that's in the system like that, and yeah, nice and easy for us and for the employees, yeah.
And that, do you find that reducing your pest disease, things like rabbits, things like all that?
Well, it all comes down to a cost saving. Yeah, and cost saving.
Beautiful. Come down, Matty's brought us down to the baby cos, a section of baby cos in his farm. Matty, this is a mature baby cos?
Yep, mature baby cos, ready to go. That's probably around about 7 weeks old. Behind this you can see we've planted some seedlings, and then behind them there's probably another batch there which are only around 4 weeks old, so they need another 4 weeks to finish off to be a full-grown product.
Baby cos,
ready like that and fresh. That's fresh, like you can just... You hear that crunch. You can hear that crunch, yeah.
There you go. Yeah, wow.
Yep.
And so 7 weeks old, this is.
Yep.
Those seedlings?
Yep. Seedlings. So from seed to get to that seedling, they've been 6 weeks in a cell tray.
Yep.
Right, and then we've placed them into that grow system there, and they'll grow out to get to this size.
So we talk, this is a 7 to 8 week process to get to here.
Yep, from seedling to that, and then probably another 7 weeks to get from seed to seedling. So we're looking at 14 weeks. So we're predicting what we're going to sell in 14 weeks down the track. And yeah, sometimes it is hard with different climates, different requirements from customers.
And if you have, say, a bad batch of hail, or you have weather incumbents on a certain channel or a certain crop, what happens to that?
It does get quite challenging. Yeah, look, we can lose a crop, but we've got a few different sections of the farm where we can pluck out, you know, we've got another farm out at Pheasant's Nest as well. So between both farms, we can fulfill our orders quite easily.
Yeah, well, we're just talking about a fully mature baby cod.
Yep, these are our seedlings here, Joel. Yep.
Yeah, and when I noticed that they're a bit on an angle, almost like a 45-degree angle. What's caused that?
Okay, so these seedlings were planted probably last Friday, Joel. Over the weekend we had, 40 to 50 kilometre an hour wind. So yeah, it has knocked them about a little bit. They'll straighten up over the time, but can cause certain diseases like stem rot, cutting on the edge, and things like that. So
it could lead to being, if you're not on top of your farm, say for instance you want to go have a weekend away or whatever it may be, it can create a major effect on this certain patch. Yeah,
100%. We'll see the effects 7 weeks down the track when it comes to harvest. We'll see yellowing around the stem and cut leaves, and it's not real good for it. But
definitely.
You can't prevent that. You can't prevent it up before 7 weeks?
No. Not really. It is what it is. It's nature. Yeah, it's nature.
And things like hail damage or things like that?
Yeah, so here we've got a hail protection cloth. So through this section here, we've probably got around 2 acres here all protected by hail, so that's good. But our other sections aren't protected by hail, so sometimes, you can lose quite a bit.
Yeah. People might be saying now, well, if you've got sheets here, why don't you have them at all your farms?
Well, it's a big cost. It's a big cost, and one hailstorm can demolish a whole lot. And try and replace that. Yeah, sometimes it's just not worth it, Joel. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Another thing that we've noticed walking around the farm. Is that because it's a hydroponic system, every channel's got its own little water supply, water tap. How do you control it? Okay. 2, what sort of usages is with the water?
Yeah, so water and power is probably our biggest cost, Joel. We use, through the peak in the summer, we probably use close to 30,000 litres of water per day.
Yeah, wow.
So that's a lot of water. And
thirsty lettuces.
Yeah, thirsty lettuces, and the pumps to pump water through the channels. Obviously they're consuming a lot of power as well, so they're probably our 2 biggest challenges, power and water. But
and in terms of water supply,
so we're on town water. It does cost a little bit more, but it's good, clean, quality water.
Rather than having a
dam water or bore water where there's a lot of elements in it. Dam water can have diseases and microbacterial.
So you've avoided all of that sort of problems.
So like I said, town water is good, clean water. We can drink it. It's good enough for us. It's good enough for the plants.
That's how you get a healthy lettuce. On the front side of the farm now, and we've noticed out the front, Maddie's got a lot of red varieties out here. What's the reason for that?
Yeah, we grow all our red varieties out in the open weather. Gives it that little bit more colour, Joel. Nice and tough.
So it'll give it a more deeper red into it.
Yes, correct. And that's our red oak here. That's just about ready for harvest. So same. That's probably
so that's only a week off.
Yeah, a week off harvest, I'd say. Yeah, it's been in the system for 7 weeks, and
So being outside without the shade cloth, without anything really protecting it. What extra problems does that cause, particularly with the red variety?
Well, particularly with the red variety is quite frost tolerant as opposed to the green varieties, but all varieties are sort of susceptible to the hail when they're out here. So just fingers crossed that we don't get a hailstorm and can come and lose the lot.
And what about the wind? We saw the wind affect the seedlings so badly.
Yes.
What about when they're nearly mature? Do you get a lot of wind damage still? Or?
Not so much, because they're tighter in the crop, so they're all held in there together. Each one's holding each other up, and so they don't get damaged as much in the wind.
And would you find that on your tunnels you've got? Would you find the middle section might produce better or smaller heads, or is there any difference?
It's all fairly uniform through the whole batch, Joel. Whether it's on the edge or in the middle.
So you get a consistent growth all the way through.
We can see this red oak's quite consistent right
Same
throughout.
Height. Is that a benefit from having the hydroponic system? Is that?
Consistency. Even fertilising. where in the ground you're spreading, you're spreading fertilisers. Some patches might be heavy on fertiliser, some might not be. Where this is a controlled environment, a lot more easier to control.
Yeah, yeah. Does it help in terms of the hydroponic system, again, having the water pump through?
Yep.
Does that help with nutrition, fertiliser?
Yeah, 100%. Rather than field grown, they're just overhead sprinklers irrigated by
you're just
overhead
hoping for the
sprinklers.
best.
Yeah, hoping for the best, or rain or something
Yeah.
like that. So yeah.
Huh. All right, we're down at the gem patch of the farm. So this is where he grows all these baby gem red and green lettuces down here. Matty, let's talk a little bit about shelf life. Like, you put a lot of work in yourself into delivering a quality product.
Yep.
You know how we do. We try to aim for always delivering quality.
Yep.
How can mums, dads, the chefs produce a better lettuce?
Okay, so a lot of people think the first thing they do when they see a lettuce like this is to chop that root system off. It's not, Joel. You've got to leave that root system on. The best thing is to do, probably to sit that root system in like an ice cream container or something like that. Leave it in the laundry. Don't even have to leave it in the fridge. And a little bit of water in the bottom, and that product there will last at least 3 weeks, in a cool shaded spot with a little bit of water. The second you chop that root stock off, you're talking, it's probably going to last 1 to 2 days.
So if I'm a chef,
Yep.
I'm in the restaurant,
Yep.
we're in mid-service.
Yep.
I'm looking at this root and I'm saying this soil is driving me nuts. It's making a mess.
Yep.
Better off having it in keeping
Well,
a crispy
if you want the shelf life, you've got to leave them roots on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, Matty.
Yep,
It's
no
been a
problem,
good day
Joel.
out of the farm.
Yep,
Hope
beautiful.
everyone learned something new. Keep your
Yep,
roots
for
on your
sure.
lettuce. And that's
That's it. Easy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joel. No worries.
Keep it fruity, folks, and we'll see you on the next tour.